My beloved child, stop for just a moment and listen. I know you were about to scroll past, but this message finding you is not an accident. I arranged this exact moment, right here, right now, to speak directly to your weary heart. Do not close this yet, because what I am about to say is the key to the door you have been knocking on for so very long. My little one, I have seen you in the long, silent nights. I have been right there when you stared at the ceiling, your eyes heavy with worries about tomorrow, about your fading health, your fractured relationships, and the financial burdens that seem to never end. I saw how you quickly wiped away your tears so no one in your family would notice your fragile state. You have tried so hard to be strong for everyone else, but deep down your soul is completely exhausted. You have been carrying a weight far too heavy for your shoulders, and in your loneliest hours you have quietly asked me, "Father, are you still there? Do you hear my prayers? Or have you forgotten me in this valley of shadows?" I want you to know this and let it sink deep into your mind. Tonight, my silence is never my absence. When you cannot hear my voice in the midst of the storm, that is exactly when I am working in the deepest places, places your physical eyes cannot yet see. You look at the delay and quickly call it a rejection, but I look at it as a seed that needs time in the darkness to drive its roots deep into the soil. If I had handed you the blessing any earlier, its sheer weight might have broken your fragile branches. Your season of waiting is not a waste, it is a divine furnace, refining and preparing you to receive something far greater than you ever asked for. But my beloved child, the long winter of your soul is finally coming to an end. I have come to speak a prophetic word over your life, a guaranteed promise from the throne of grace. A massive shift is happening tomorrow. Yes, you heard me correctly. The bronze doors you thought were permanently locked are beginning to shake. The heavy chains of anxiety, sickness, and fear are being shattered by my power. Your breakthrough is no longer hiding in some distant, foggy future. It is standing right at your doorstep. Tonight, I want you to shake off that heavy cloak of despair. Do not go to sleep with a mind filled with dread about tomorrow. Clear your thoughts of the enemy's lies, the lies that say your time is up, that you are too old, or that you have missed your chance. My restoration does not depend on human clocks. Tomorrow morning, when the first light of dawn touches your window, I want you to wake up not as a victim of your circumstances, but as a victor stepping into a glorious harvest. Hold fast to your faith, for your miracle has already been sealed. My beloved child, I know exactly what the enemy is whispering to your soul in this very moment. As you hear my words of promise, a familiar shadow of doubt tries to creep into your mind. You are hearing a voice that says, "It is too late for you. You have made too many mistakes. This message might be for someone else, but it cannot be for you." That dark voice points to your aching joints, your sleepless nights, and the physical exhaustion you feel just trying to get through the day, attempting to convince you that your best days are permanently behind you. It whispers the cruelest lie of all, that you are destined to become a burden to the ones you love. Listen to me clearly. That is the voice of a liar who is absolutely terrified of your future. I do not look at your age, your past stumbles, or your physical weariness as disqualifications. Your physical exhaustion is not a sign that you are finished. It is a sign that you have been fighting a profound spiritual battle. The enemy has tried to wear you down, hoping you would let go of your faith just moments before your breakthrough arrives. But I am the God who breathes new life into dry bones. I am the God who renews your youth like the eagles. You have asked me through your tears, "Father, why did I have to go through so much pain? Why did you let the storm hit my family and my life so incredibly hard?" My precious child, I did not send the storm to destroy you. The world sees your trials and calls them a defeat, but I look at your trials and call them preparation. When a great tree is battered by violent winds, it does not die. It is forced to send its roots deeper into the earth to find hidden, sustaining water. The pain you endured, the people who walked away when you needed them most, the doors that violently slammed shut in your face, those were not my punishments. They were my divine protection. I had to close those doors because the path behind them was far too small for the massive blessing I am about to pour into your life. You were asking for a drop, but I am preparing to give you an ocean. Do not let the pain of your past dictate the boundaries of your future anymore. You have carried the heavy baggage of regret, of what-ifs, and of self-condemnation for far too long. I am asking you right now, in this quiet moment, to set them down at my feet. You cannot step into the massive shift of tomorrow while holding on to the heavy anchors of yesterday. The tears you cried in secret were never wasted. I have collected every single one of them, and they are now watering the seeds of your upcoming harvest. Breathe in my peace right now. Feel the heavy chains of anxiety loosening around your chest. You are not a burden. You are not a failure. You are a warrior who has survived the longest night, and the dawn is about to reveal exactly how strong I have made you. My beloved child, there is another heavy weight you have been carrying, one that is no longer yours to hold. It is the silent, crushing burden of past betrayals and the lingering sting of rejection. I saw exactly what happened when they walked away. I was there when the people you poured your heart, your time, and your scarce resources into turned their backs on you without a second thought. You gave them your absolute best, and in return they left you feeling utterly empty, used, and quietly questioning your own worth. The enemy has used their thoughtless actions to plant a bitter seed in your mind, whispering in the dark that you are unlovable or that your pure kindness was merely foolishness. Listen to me right now. Your kindness was never a mistake. The pure love you gave them was a direct reflection of my own heart beating within your chest. How they received it, or how they tragically failed to appreciate it, is entirely their burden to carry, not yours. Do not ever let the mishandling of your beautiful heart by broken people convince you that you are broken beyond repair. You are not a discarded fragment of a tragic story. You are a magnificent masterpiece that I am still actively and carefully shaping. Tonight, I am asking you to do something incredibly difficult, yet absolutely necessary for your upcoming breakthrough. I am asking you to finally release them. Release the deep-seated anger, the silent resentment, and the endless, exhausting loop of, why did they do this to me? Unforgiveness is a heavy, rusted chain that permanently ties you to the exact people who hurt you. It keeps your spirit locked in the dark valley of your past. Right when I am calling you up to the sunlit mountaintop of your future, let it drop. When you completely release them from your judgment, you permanently free your own soul to receive the massive shift I have prepared for you. You see, I am about to bring entirely new people into your life. I am preparing divine connections with people who will not drain your spirit, but who will actively water your soul. But understand this spiritual law. Your hands must be entirely empty of yesterday's bitterness before they can grasp tomorrow's profound blessings. Do not let the deep scars of your past dictate the breathtaking beauty of your future. Those scars are not marks of shame. They are absolute, undeniable proof that you survived the raging fire and were not consumed. They are the distinguished marks of a warrior, not the brands of a helpless victim. Breathe out the agonizing pain of rejection right now. Inhale the unshakable truth of your divine identity. You are specifically chosen, you are deeply cherished, and you are held securely in the palm of my hand. No cruel human word, no past betrayal, and no lonely night can ever change the eternal fact that you belong to me. My beloved child, let us speak about the silence. I know all about the long, agonizing silence that has made you question everything you thought you knew. I hear the hidden, anxious rhythm of your heartbeat when you are all alone. You look in the mirror, you see the silver in your hair and the deep lines on your face, and a quiet panic sets in. The enemy cruelly whispers in your ear, you are running out of time. Your best years have already passed you by. Even if the blessing comes now, you are too tired and too old to truly enjoy it. I know there are nights you have wept into your pillow, whispering to me, Father, the earthly clock is ticking, and my hands are still so incredibly empty. Listen closely to the creator of time itself. I am not bound by human clocks, and your divine destiny is not held hostage by a calendar. When I promise restoration, I do not merely hand back the things you lost. I actively restore the years that the locusts have eaten. The time you thought was tragically wasted in the waiting room was actually time deeply invested in the secret place of my grace. I am about to do something so magnificent that you will completely forget the years of drought. You have asked me, why the long silence, Father? Let me give you the eyes to see it. When a master builder is constructing a massive skyscraper, the longest, hardest, and most silent part of the process is digging the foundation. To the passerby looking from the outside, it just looks like a massive, empty, dark hole. The ground. It looks like a delay. It looks like absolute failure. But the wise builder knows that if the foundation does not go deep down into the solid bedrock, the building will instantly collapse under its own weight. My precious child, the prolonged silence you experienced was never my absence. It was the heavy machinery of heaven digging a spiritual foundation deep enough to hold the immense, staggering weight of the glory I am about to reveal in your life. You have not been left behind. You have not been forgotten in the cold shadows while watching others joyfully step into the sun. I was simply making absolutely sure that when your massive shift arrives, and it is happening, it will be permanent. The healing I am bringing to your aching body, the profound peace I am bringing to your exhausted mind, and the abundant provision I am bringing to your household will not be a temporary fix. It will be an unshakable fortress. Tonight I command the spirit of anxiety over your age, your health, and your timeline to release its grip on your mind immediately. Take a deep breath. Let your tense shoulders drop. You do not need to rush, you do not need to strive, and you do not need to figure it all out. I am currently aligning the exact right people, the right resources, and the right open doors to arrive at the precise, perfect second. Trust the Master Builder. Your deep foundation is finally complete, and the walls of your miracle are about to rise. My beloved child, because this massive shift is arriving at your doorstep tomorrow, you must prepare your physical and spiritual atmosphere today. A king does not enter a house that is not prepared for his arrival, and my glory cannot freely flow into a heart that is completely cluttered with words of defeat. I want to speak to you about the tremendous power that I have placed right beneath your nose, the power of your own tongue. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, yet for so long, without even realizing it, you have been speaking absolute destruction over your own future. I hear the quiet words you mutter under your breath when you are all alone. I hear you when the sudden pain flares up in your joints and you sigh, I am just falling apart. I hear you when you look at your shrinking bank account and whisper, I am never going to get out of this dark hole. I hear you when you look at your children's ongoing struggles and silently think, I have completely failed as a parent. My precious child, you must stop cursing the very life I am actively trying to bless. You are a child of the Most High God. Your words carry immense spiritual authority in the unseen realm. When you speak defeat, you are inadvertently giving the enemy permission to set up camp right in your living room. Tonight, the preparation for your massive shift begins with a radical change in your vocabulary. I am calling you to evict the language of poverty, sickness, and victimhood from your home. Even if your physical eyes still see the raging storm, I need your mouth to forcefully declare the coming sunshine. When the pain tries to shoot down your back, do not claim it as my pain. Claim my divine healing. Say out loud in the empty room, my body is a holy temple, and I am being completely restored. When the unexpected bill arrives, do not let panic grip your chest. Hold that paper in your hand and declare, my Father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, and my household will absolutely not lack any good thing. This is not empty positive thinking. This is high-level spiritual warfare. This is you coming into total, unshakable agreement with heaven. My angels are standing by in your room right now, ready to act on your behalf, but they are waiting for you to release them through your faith-filled words. Before you lie down to sleep tonight, I want you to walk through your home. Walk through your kitchen, your living room, and your bedroom. As you walk, softly declare my peace over every single corner. Declare that your home is a fortified sanctuary of divine health, abundant joy, and overwhelming provision. Push out the heavy, stagnant air of depression and fill the space with your praise. The shift of tomorrow requires your bold agreement today. Open your mouth, elevate your perspective, and watch how rapidly I change your reality. My beloved child, why does your heart still tremble when you think of tomorrow? It is because you are looking at your circumstances through the eyes of the past. You are counting the defeats of yesterday and assuming they are the blueprint for your future. But I am not a God who repeats the cycles of your pain. I am the God of the new thing. Isaiah 43:19 declares, see, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am moving in ways that will completely bypass the logic of your enemies and the limitations of your own past failures. The massive shift I have prepared for you is not merely a small adjustment. It is a divine realignment. For years you have been trying to push open doors that were never meant for you, and you have been walking paths that were never designed for your feet. That is why you have felt so much resistance and friction. But tomorrow, you will begin to notice a supernatural ease. You will see people you haven't spoken to in years reaching out with the exact help you need. You will see opportunities appearing, not because you chase them, but because I have perfectly aligned your life to receive them. I am shifting the atmosphere around your finances, your health, and your family. The tension that has been hovering over your home like a thick, dark cloud is being commanded to disperse. Do not be surprised when tomorrow morning you wake up and the overwhelming dread that usually greets you feels suddenly lighter. That is not a coincidence. That is the manifestation of my peace that surpasses all understanding, stepping into the rooms of your life that have been filled with chaos for too long. I need you to be ready. A massive shift requires a shift in your own expectations. If you keep expecting rejection, you will miss the opportunities I am handing you. If you keep expecting sickness, you will overlook the vitality I am restoring. I want you to start acting as if your breakthrough has already begun, because in the spiritual realm, it has. Begin to walk with a new posture. Lift your head. You are not a person waiting for a disaster. You are a person expecting a miracle. Tomorrow is not just another day on the calendar. Tomorrow is the day the narrative changes. The world will look at your life and wonder how such a sudden, profound change could take place. But you will know the truth. You will know that the God who sees your tears in the night is the same God who brings the light in the morning. Keep your heart open and your spirit expectant. Your shift is already in motion. Part 7. The revelation of your true strength. My beloved child, there is a lie that has been paralyzing you for far too long. You have been looking at your trembling hands and your weary heart, and you have concluded that you are weak. You have measured your capacity against the mountain of problems in front of you, and you have told yourself, I cannot overcome this. I simply do not have what it takes anymore. But you are judging your strength by human standards, and you are failing to account for the supernatural power that has been living inside you all along. You think your strength is found in your ability to keep smiling while you are hurting, or in your ability to work until your body aches. That is merely human endurance, and I know it has limits. It is designed to wear out. But the strength I am talking about, the strength that will carry you through this massive shift tomorrow, is not yours at all. It is mine. My power is made perfect in your weakness. Do you hear me? I do not need you to be a powerhouse of energy. I need you to be a vessel of surrender. When you finally stop trying to hold your life together with your own fragile hands, you will feel my hands take over, and they are strong enough to carry worlds. Think of the moments when you felt you were at your absolute lowest. Think of the days when you thought you would surely collapse, yet somehow you woke up the next morning. How did you get there? It wasn't your willpower. It was my grace carrying you. You are still standing today, not because you are invincible, but because I have been holding you steady in the center of the storm. And that same grace that brought you through the wilderness is what will usher you into your promised land. The massive shift tomorrow is not a test to see if you are strong enough to handle it. It is an invitation to see how easily I can handle it for you. Stop measuring your capabilities. Stop looking at your bank account, your medical charts, or your list of past failures and saying, I can't. Instead, start looking at my promises and declaring, He can. The strength you are about to walk in is a strength that does not grow weary. It is a strength that lifts you up when the world tries to pin you down. Tonight, I want you to trade your anxiety for my armor. Put on the strength I have already provided. You are not entering tomorrow's shift alone. You are entering it with the Creator of the universe walking right beside you. Stop looking for your own reserves of energy and start tapping into the inexhaustible supply of my spirit. You are stronger than you realize because you are held by the one who is all-powerful. Stand up in that truth. You have not been defeated. You have been in training for the glory that is about to be revealed. Part 8. The supernatural alignment of your doors. My beloved child, tomorrow is not just a change in your circumstances. It is a change in your coordinates. For too long you have been standing in front of doors that I deliberately kept locked, not to punish you, but to save you from the path that lay behind them. You have been frustrated because you were trying to enter houses that were not your home, and you were trying to walk through seasons that were not your harvest. But I am the one who opens doors that no man can shut, and I am the one who shuts doors that no man can force open. Tomorrow, you will see a divine realignment taking place. I am moving people out of your life who were never part of your destiny, and I am quietly bringing into your orbit the people who will carry the mantle of support, wisdom, and joy that you have been praying for. Do not be startled by the suddenness of these changes. You might feel a sense of loss when a path you were clinging to suddenly fades away, but I need you to trust me. I am clearing the path. I am removing the debris of your past so that the massive blessing I have for you has the space it needs to land. You have often asked me, Father, why do I feel so stuck, like I am running in circles? It is because you were running toward a destination that I did not call you to. But tomorrow, the direction changes. You will feel a sudden clarity, a sense of knowing that you haven't felt in years. When you wake up, do not look for the old doors, look for the new openings. I am aligning your steps with the purpose I placed in your heart before you were even born. This alignment is supernatural. It will not require you to force anything. It will not require you to manipulate people or beg for opportunities. When I align your life, the right people simply happen to show up. The right information just appears, and the right favor follows you wherever you go. I am shifting the atmosphere of your favor. You will notice that things which used to be difficult, things that required your constant struggle, will suddenly become smooth. Tonight, as you rest, surrender your maps. Stop trying to plan every step according to your own limited vision. I have seen the whole map from the beginning, and I know exactly where the obstacles are and where the open pastures lie. Tomorrow, simply walk in obedience. When I nudge you to speak, speak. When I nudge you to wait, wait. When I nudge you to walk through a door you previously feared, step through with confidence. Your alignment is perfect, and the massive shift is about to unfold. My beloved child, there is a dimension of my kingdom that I am about to release upon your life that the world simply cannot understand. It is the dimension of my favor. You have been striving and working with such exhaustion, trying to earn your way into your next season. But tomorrow, you will see that favor does not come from your hard labor. It comes from your intimacy with me. Tomorrow, the atmosphere surrounding your daily life is going to shift. You will find that things which previously caused you immense anxiety and resistance will suddenly begin to flow with a supernatural ease. I am shifting the perception of those who have been looking at you. Doors that have been closed to you, socially, professionally, and even within your own family, are beginning to swing open, not because you knocked on them, but because I am moving hearts on your behalf. You are entering a season where my favor will act like a shield, protecting you from the traps that have hindered your progress for years. When I favor you, I am placing a mark of my presence upon you that even those who do not know me will be forced to recognize. Do not be surprised when you find favor in places you never expected. A simple conversation may lead to a miraculous connection. A decision you make tomorrow will have a ripple effect of blessing that you cannot yet see. You have spent so much time feeling like you are the last in line, always overlooked, always pushed aside. But I am moving you to the front. The struggle to be seen and the effort to be recognized are coming to an end. My favor is settling upon you like a mantle, and it will draw the exact provision, wisdom, and peace you have been silently waiting for. Tomorrow is the beginning of this release. I am giving you a green light from heaven. The stagnation that felt like a heavy weight pressing you into the ground is being lifted. Do not fear this sudden movement. You might feel a sense of internal vertigo, a slight overwhelming feeling as things begin to change rapidly. But stay grounded in my word. Do not let the suddenness of the blessing cause you to revert to your old habits of worry. Receive it, walk in it. Understand that this favor is not because you are perfect, but because you are mine, and I am preparing to demonstrate my goodness through your life in a way that will testify to everyone around you that the Father is still very much at work in this world. My beloved child, there is one final thing I must place into your hands before the dawn of your massive shift begins. For so long, you have lived in a state of hypervigilance, your spirit constantly on edge, waiting for the next crisis, the next disappointment, or the next wave of bad news. You have forgotten what it feels like to simply be. You have forgotten the profound, soul-quieting power of my peace. But tomorrow, as the shift takes hold, I am not just restoring your circumstances. I am restoring your inner stillness, You have been trying to manufacture your own peace through busyness, through distraction, or through worrying until you are mentally exhausted. But real peace is not the absence of trouble. It is my presence in the middle of it. I am currently reaching into the deepest, most anxious corners of your heart, the rooms you have kept locked away even from those closest to you, and I am turning on the light. I am clearing out the cobwebs of past failures, the suffocating dust of regret, and the paralyzing fear of what if. Tomorrow, when you feel the old waves of anxiety trying to crash over you, I want you to remember that I am the captain of your vessel. I have not brought you this far to let you sink now. You are going to notice that you are able to take a deeper breath than you have in years. You are going to notice that your reactions to stressful situations are changing. Where you once would have panicked, you will now feel a steady, immovable foundation of confidence. That is not you becoming numb. That is you becoming anchored. Do not mistake this stillness for passivity. This peace is the greatest weapon in your arsenal. When you remain calm while the world around you is in chaos, you are demonstrating to the entire spiritual realm that you fully trust your Father. The massive shift you are stepping into requires a spirit that is not frantic, but focused. I am quieting your soul so that you can hear my instructions more clearly than ever before. Tonight, I want you to make a conscious choice. Stop trying to carry the weight of the world. It was never yours to carry, and quite frankly, you were never built for it. Lay every single burden at my feet. Sleep with the assurance that while you are resting, I am actively working, shifting, aligning, and preparing your tomorrow. You are safe, you are held, and you are being led into a level of peace that the world simply cannot give. Part 11. The shattering of your limitations. My beloved child, tomorrow morning, you are going to wake up in a world that looks exactly the same, but you will be a person who is entirely different. For years, you have allowed your life to be defined by a series of limitations. You have looked at your bank account and called it a limit. You have looked at your physical pain and called it a limit. You have looked at the mistakes of your past and called them a limit. You have lived as if the boundary lines drawn by your circumstances were the absolute truth of your existence. But I am the God who breaks through boundaries, and I am here to tell you that those limitations are not your final reality. Tomorrow, I am launching a massive shift that will systematically shatter every wall the enemy has built to keep you contained. You have been living in a box of your own making, a box built from the recycled scraps of your failures and the voices of people who never truly understood the calling I placed on your life. But I am coming into that space tomorrow to break the walls down. You are not meant to live in a small, cramped version of the life I intended for you. You are meant to live in the wide open, abundant spaces of my grace. When I begin to shatter your limitations, it may feel uncomfortable at first. You have grown accustomed to the safety of your small, limited world. You have learned to navigate your life around your can'ts and your won'ts. But tomorrow, I am going to challenge those boundaries. I am going to give you the courage to do what you previously thought was impossible. I am going to give you the strength to heal in ways you thought were medically improbable. I am going to provide for you in ways that defy the math of the world. Do not fear the shattering of your old life. When a shell breaks, it is not because the life inside is dying. It is because the life inside has grown too big for the container. You have outgrown your limitations. You have outgrown the season of being small. Tomorrow, as the shift takes place, embrace the expansion. Stop apologizing for your potential. Stop downplaying your hope. You are a vessel of my light, and I am preparing to pour so much life into you that you will no longer fit into the small boxes where you used to hide. Tonight, before you close your eyes, I want you to mentally tear down every "I can't" that you have ever spoken. Replace it with the truth of my word. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You are stepping out of the smallness and into the vastness of my purpose. The shift is already happening, the walls are already falling, and your freedom is closer than you can possibly imagine. My beloved child, tomorrow you will see something that I have been carefully orchestrating behind the scenes while you were busy trying to survive the night. I am the God of the divine reversal. When the world looks at your life and sees a dead end, I look at that same situation and see a setup for a miracle. There are battles you have been fighting for years, battles in your health, in your household, and in your peace of mind, where the enemy has declared a final victory. But I am coming tomorrow to flip the script entirely. What the enemy intended for your harm, I am turning around for your good. The very things that were meant to keep you buried are going to become the platform upon which I elevate you. You have been waiting for a yes, and you have been waiting for a breakthrough. But what I am bringing is something far more profound. I am bringing a reversal of the verdict. Where people have spoken failure over you, I am speaking fruitfulness. Where circumstances have spoken lack, I am speaking abundance. Do not be intimidated by the magnitude of this shift. You are not the one who has to reverse your situation. You are simply the one who has to believe that I am capable of doing it. You have spent so long bracing for the next blow, but tomorrow I want you to start bracing for the next blessing. Your mind is so accustomed to the defensive posture of a survivor that it struggles to imagine the posture of a conqueror. But it is time to change your stance. I am turning the tide in your favor. I am moving the mountains that have blocked your view of the horizon. I am silencing the accusations that have haunted your sleep. Tomorrow, when you wake, keep your eyes focused on my promises rather than the patterns of your past. A reversal of this magnitude takes place in the spiritual realm first, and tomorrow you will begin to see the physical evidence breaking through the soil of your reality. Trust me, the season of being held back is ending. The season of being held down is over. I am reversing the trend of your struggle and establishing a new legacy of my faithfulness. Tomorrow is not just another day. It is the day the reversal begins, and you are going to be the witness of my power, restoring every single thing that was lost. My beloved child, there is a principle of the kingdom that you have struggled to understand because your eyes have been looking only at the surface. You have looked at your life, seen nothing but dry ground, and concluded that your prayers were lost in the empty air. You believe that because you have not yet seen a harvest, you must not have sown any seeds. But I tell you today, you have been sowing seeds of faithfulness in places you didn't even realize. Every time you chose to forgive when you wanted to retaliate, you were sowing a seed. Every time you chose to pray when you felt like giving up, you were sowing a seed. Every time you chose to trust me even while your heart was breaking, you were sowing a seed of eternal value. Tomorrow, the massive shift you are entering is the beginning of the harvest season. You are going to see the fruit of those silent, hidden seeds beginning to push through the soil of your life. Do not be confused by the suddenness of it. You have been waiting so long that you have grown accustomed to the drought. But the rain of my favor is falling now. I am bringing to life the dreams you thought had long since withered away. I am bringing restoration to the relationships you thought were permanently broken. I am bringing provision to the areas of your life that have been empty for far too long. This harvest is not based on your perfection. It is based on my faithfulness to my word. I have been watching over your seeds while you were in the dark, protecting them from the enemy who tried to steal your future. Tomorrow, when you wake, I want you to look for the signs. A conversation, an unexpected phone call, a sudden sense of clarity. These are the first green shoots of your harvest. Do not discount the small things. My kingdom often works through the quiet, seemingly insignificant details of your day to set the stage for your greatest miracles. You are moving out of the season of planting in tears and into the season of reaping in joy. The struggle you have endured was simply the preparation for the abundance you are about to manage. My precious child, you are not just surviving anymore. You are being positioned to thrive. Walk into tomorrow with your head held high. You have faithfully stayed the course, and now the time has come for you to see what I have been doing beneath the surface all along. Your harvest is here, and it is more beautiful than you dared to imagine. My beloved child, as we approach the final moments of this transition, I want to address the fog that has clouded your spiritual vision for so long. You have lived in a state of confusion, unable to distinguish between the voice of the enemy, the echoes of your own fears, and the gentle whisper of my spirit. You have felt like you were walking through a dense grey mist, where every step felt uncertain and every decision felt like a gamble. But I am coming tomorrow to lift that veil. I am clearing your spiritual senses. You are about to enter a season where my guidance will not be something you have to guess at. It will be something you will feel with profound, unshakable certainty. The shift happening tomorrow is an awakening of your internal compass. I am sharpening your ability to discern my presence in the everyday details of your life. You will no longer look at your struggles and wonder if I have abandoned you. You will see them as the canvas where I am painting my next miracle. You will no longer look at the silence and see a void. You will see it as the quiet, holy space where I am preparing your next breakthrough. This clarity is vital because the blessing I am bringing you requires a spirit that is alert and ready. You have been walking in the dark for so long that your eyes have become accustomed to the shadows, but I am bringing you into the brilliance of my light. Tomorrow, when the dawn breaks, do not look back at the confusion of the past as if it was still your reality. It is gone. The mist has been commanded to retreat. You are going to find that your prayers become more intimate and more direct. You will feel my peace guiding your heart in moments where you used to be overwhelmed. You will see my hand in the faces of strangers and in the timing of events that once seemed chaotic. This is the clarity of a child who knows they are being led by a perfect Father. You are not just walking into a new day. You are walking into a new level of relationship with me. Tonight, ask me to wash your eyes with my truth. Ask me to remove every remaining filter of doubt that has distorted your perception of my goodness. You are stepping into the fullness of the vision I have for you. The confusion is ending, the fog is lifting, and the path ahead is finally becoming clear, bright, and perfectly aligned with the massive shift that is unfolding in your life. My beloved child, we have walked a long and sacred path together in this conversation. And now we stand at the threshold of your new beginning. You are no longer the same person who started reading these words. The weight you carried has been laid down. The lies you believed have been silenced. And the fog that once obscured your vision has been cleared away by the light of my truth. Tomorrow, as the massive shift unfolds, you are not just walking into a change of circumstances. You are stepping into the fullness of the destiny I have carved out for you since the foundation of the world. I am not merely opening a door for you, I am walking through it with you. Every step you take from this moment forward is ordered by my love and sustained by my grace. The battles you have fought in the past were not designed to defeat you. They were the training ground that prepared you for the kingdom authority you are about to walk in. You are stepping out of the shadows of what was and into the brilliant, vibrant reality of what is to come. Hold on to this truth as the anchor of your soul. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I do not start a work in your life and then abandon it halfway through. I am the faithful shepherd who never leaves his own, the father who runs to meet his children when they turn back toward home, and the God who makes all things beautiful in their time. The massive shift you see tomorrow is simply the outward manifestation of the inward restoration I have been working within you all along. Do not look back at the valley you have climbed out of with anything other than gratitude for the strength it gave you. Keep your eyes fixed forward where the horizon is lit by my promises. You are entering a season of fruitfulness, of divine favor, and of an intimacy with me that will leave you breathless. You were created for this moment. You were forged in the fire for this purpose. You are ready. Go forth now, my beloved child, not with the weary spirit of a survivor, but with the bold, confident heart of a conqueror. The dawn has finally broken. The new day is here, and you are mine, forever held, forever loved, and forever guided. The massive shift is not just happening to you, it is happening through you. Step out into the abundance I have prepared. Your new life begins now.